Now, the 14-day grace period given to political parties to wrap up coalition talks is fast approaching as well. The Nelson Mandela Bay Metro will have its first council meeting today for the 2021-26 term. That's the 5-year term. Newzroom Afrika's Sipha Kema joins us now live from Gqeberha. It's one of the hung municipalities in the country, Sipha. Nelson Mandela Bay, certainly one of the more hotly contested metros. What are you hearing about with your ear to the ground around those coalition deals?
Well, certainly, I mean, Michelle, as you said, that one of the hotly contested metros and regions during the 2021 local government elections. And I think that was quite evident with the outcome and the results that we saw between the two main parties that are actually battling for this metro, the DA and the ANC, coming in neck and neck there, Michelle. But of course, I think let's start with the thick of things. Let's get into it, Michelle, because, I mean, there seems to be a lot surrounding this first council meeting. It seems as though first-term council meetings in the Nelson Mandela Bay are rather quite scandalous. I mean, starting with the 2016 one, where we saw violent scenes come out of that one, and ANC's Andile Lungisa was then charged with, assault following that with his run-in with a DA councillor, Reno Kaiser. Now, today, I mean, we just received information, Michelle, that actually the MEC of Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape, Xolile Nqatha, is calling for the cancellation of this particular meeting, where we're seeing council members coming into the chambers and party representatives as well coming in ahead of the meeting today. We aren't sure if they've gotten word yet, but we see that this was actually dated on the 16th of November. Now, the reason stated by the MEC for calling of the council meeting today is saying that in terms of Section 29 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act of 98, the municipal manager of a municipality, or in the absence of a municipal manager, a person designated by the MEC is actually the one that is meant to call the first council meeting of a municipality after the 14 days, of course. Now, he says, the MEC says that it's come to his attention that the then municipal manager of the Nelson Mandela Bay, actually his contract ended on the 7th of October, but was further extended by the former executive mayor, Gqeberha, without council resolution. So according to Gqeberha, that extension was null and void, so therefore they do not recognize the meeting that is being called here today, and also calling for them actually to cancel the meeting today. But we see that the meeting is going ahead, but of course we don't know what they're going to exactly say inside. Now, another thing that makes things interesting, now we know that in 2016 the EFF played the kingmakers, but in the last formed coalition they chose to step aside and not form any part of a coalition or assist any political party, and it seems as though that is the same stance they are taking now again, Michelle. They are saying that they're actually going to wait it out. They're not joining any coalition. They've stopped coalition talks in the Nelson Mandela Bay, so leaving it up to the smaller parties with 2 seats. Now, EFF currently has 8 seats within the council. And also, another scandal coming in. Now, we were informed last night, actually sent documents and a case number, that an ANC councillor that is supposed to be sworn in today, Michelle, is actually facing a charge right now. During the campaign trail, it seems as though this councillor allegedly assaulted a 65-year-old woman who was an ANC volunteer, also saying that threatening to demolish her informal structure in the area that she was residing in. Now, it seems as though this councillor was the incoming councillor, or candidate rather, for the ANC at that time. And now he is expected to be sworn in today, which of course is really, one would say, disappointing, as yes, of course, you wait until confirmation of whether or not someone's guilty, but the fact that he's already been marred by suspicions and allegations of gender-based violence, that is another thing coming. So I guess we have to also speak to the ANC in the region about that, whether they will continue with this councillor while he's still facing this assault charge against a 65-year-old woman. Now, Michelle, quickly, I want to show you now. just to paint the picture of what is happening currently here. If you check, you look to my right, you see that there's road closures in the start of Church Street, of the street here, and then at the head as well, Michelle, there's also road closure. Now, you may be asking yourself, why there's road closures, of course. Besides the parking, it's also security. There's a lot of security and police visibility, because we know that the last few council meetings in the Nelson Mandela Bay have been quite violent and volatile. So this, and also there were councillors that were receiving death threats during the last few council meetings, and the last coalition that was formed was actually causing, a lot of violence and aggression within the councillor and amongst the councillors themselves. So that is exactly why there's a lot of security today. There's a lot of police visibility as well, just to ensure that everyone is safe. Now, of course, the last one where the mayor, the former mayor, Gqeberha, it was then reinstated as the mayor of the Nelson Mandela Bay. We saw, people marching in with guns, dragging away the Speaker of Council at gunpoint, forcing her out of the council. So those are the conditions that the Nelson Mandela Bay Council is actually dealing with. So there's a lot to see today, Michelle, and all eyes will be on the Nelson Mandela Bay today.
Yeah, absolutely, Sipha, Kema. It's no wonder most of the newspapers this morning are leading with the story that coalition talks are collapsing around the country. Sipha, Kema, live to us there from Gqeberha.